We are the Force. We are the Force.
Frustration is starting to set in for the Bronx Bombers. Their double-digit lead in the AL East is gone after the Rays have taken the first two games here at the Trop. Tonight, rookie left-hander Matt Moore goes to the hill as the Rays go for the sweep. The chase for the postseason is on Sun Sports. Tonight we welcome you to Rays baseball. From Tropicana Field, the series between the Rays and the Yankees continues. The Rays winners in the first two games by scores of 4-3 and 5-2. And with that, the race in the American League grows ever tighter. In the AL East, Baltimore and New York in a dead heat tie, a game and a half in front of the Rays. In the wild card, Baltimore, New York share the number one wild card spot. Oakland number two. The Rays a game back there. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. So good to have you looking in. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis in just a moment. Well, this latest surge for the Rays coincides with an offensive surge, and it starts back in the early part of August, and it started at the top of the lineup when Desmond Jennings, who had been dropped down in the lineup for about a half dozen games, hitting seventh, went back to the leadoff spot, again started to hit, and that's led the Rays to where they are today.
Well, he's going to be without his partner tonight, part of that dynamic duo at the top of the Rays lineup with B.J. Upton out tonight. But Desmond Jennings, over the last 9 games, look what he's been able to do. He's driven in threes, hit a couple of home runs, stolen a couple bases. Continued aggression out of that leadoff spot, not up there conceding anything, ready to hit. He's going to need to continue to do that, but the most important number up there for me, the 9 runs, the ability to get on base, come around to score. That also lets you know that the middle part of that Rays lineup is productive, being able to drive him in.
Well, the Rays take on the Yankees tonight. The Rays have won 7 of 8 games played here at the Trop between these two clubs. And the other element that has been there all season long for the Rays, pitching. Matt Moore, the 23-year-old lefty, goes to the hill tonight. Todd Callis has more on Matt in a moment.
October 3rd, not that far away. The Yankees and the Rays wrapping up this series. By the way, the A's lost today to the Angels, so if the Rays win tonight against New York, they will trail by only a half game in the wild card picture. Matt Moore on the mound tonight for the Rays. He has been very efficient in his last 7 starts, going 4-1 with a 1.87 earned run average. Opponents hitting just 224 against him during that time. We asked Matt about pitching a full season through September for the first time in his young career.
I mean, if you look at where I'm at innings-wise, I'm probably around 150, 160 innings. So there's still a ways to go, and there's still some work to be done. So I think I may feel, a little different in a month or 6 weeks or something like that. But right now I'm pretty happy and satisfied with where I'm at.
So Moore against Kuroda. Today is a website Wednesday, and you could talk about vintage guitar or whatever you like with Dwayne and BA by emailing AskTheRays@Fox.com or tweeting @SunSportsRays with the hashtag AskTheRays. The boys are ready to go. Joe Madden and vintage guitar. Quite a combo on this website Wednesday. We have the first pitch and starting lineups in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. The Yankees, the Rays wrap up this 3-game set. Tampa Bay looking for the sweep right around the corner on Sun Sports.
Visit your local Toyota dealer for great deals today. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Tires Plus, the plus is in everything we do. And by Coventry Healthcare of Florida, lighting the way to better health. Welcome to Tropicana Field, an overhead shot. Matt Moore putting the finishing touches on his warm-up pitches. With the Rays and the Yankees squaring off in Game 3 of this current series. Here is the starting lineup for New York. Derek Jeter's going to lead it off. He'll be followed by Nick Swisher. Robinson Cano is the DH. Alex Rodriguez at third. He's followed by Russell Martin and Curtis Granderson in there hitting sixth. Hunter Jones in left. Steve Pearce is at first base, and Jason Nix, the second baseman, bats ninth.
Well, taking the mound tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays, left-hander Matt Moore looking for his 11th win of the season. He'll be making his 27th start. Boy, oh boy, Matt Moore since the All-Star break has been outstanding, holding opponents to a .213 average while going 5-2 with an ERA of 2.08.
So Matt Moore tonight in pursuit of his 11th win. And the Rays 9-5 in the overall season series against the Yankees, winning the first 2 games of this series. Here is the first pitch of the ball game. And it's taken a bit low. The first pitch presented by Pincher Penny. So we're underway tonight. Bob Davidson is calling the balls and strikes. Swing and a miss at the mid-90s fastball.
Yeah, and that was one of the few times that you'll see Derek Jeter really come out of his swing and try to drive a baseball. Every now and then he will try to cheat and ambush. That's what he tried to do right there. He knows he's going to get a fastball. Pretty good chance he's going to get a fastball out of Moore. And he really let that swing fly.
1-2. Not a lot of at-bats against Moore in this Yankee lineup. He's made 2 starts against him. You'll recall he made his first career start against the Yankees in September of 2011. And he made an earlier start this year in early July. Jeter, for an example, 1 for 6 against him with 3 strikeouts. And the pitch is down. It's 2-2. Jeter for the year hitting .316. Picked up a couple of hits in this series. They both came last night. And a little soft liner into right the opposite way, and Jeter is aboard. Jeter sticking his bat out and dropping it into right field.
Well, yeah, and we've seen Derek Jeter do this too many times. So adept at going the other way, even when he takes a swing like this, just a protection. I mean, playing pepper with right field. That's all he did. That ball way off the plate, almost in the other batter's box. He's able to flip it in for leadoff single.
It's 180 hits for Jeter. You can see more hits to right field than to left. 75 back into center.
And I would bet that of the 75, the good 40, 50 or to the right center. I mean, that is his area.
A strike to Swisher. Nick Swisher hitting .267. Swisher hit second against Shields and was in the number 3 spot last night. Number 2 here against Moore. That's foul back. 0-2. Matt has progressively gotten better as the season has gone along. He's had better command, and that's led to fewer pitches per inning.
Yeah, it never changes with Matt Moore. It's going to start and end with fastball command, probably for his entire career. At least here in the early stages.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the curveball there. Robinson Cano is on deck. Jeter is the runner. We're just underway. And a move to first. Jeter is back in. Jeter 8 out of 12 in the running game. Him on an off-speed pitch up.
Well, and yeah, and I think it was tough to tell right there, but Matt Moore goes with the slide step. Look at that. Slide step changeup. We've talked all year about how effective that pitch can be, because all of a sudden you come with a slide step, so you speed the hitter up and you drop that changeup in there. Watch right here. Gets it going quick and then drops the changeup. Didn't even matter the location. It's not exactly where you'd want to put it, but it worked.
Because you're speeding up, you'll surprise that hitter, and that's why Swisher wound up taking that pitch where it was.
That is such an effective pitch. Yeah, you're right. You go with that slide step, and that hitter all of a sudden gets super amped quick.
Now Robinson Cano. And there's a fastball to start him at 96.
You know, that's the thing. A lot of times people talk about the slide step in relation to the running game, how it's a weapon against the running game, and it is. But you can also use it to spring some surprises on that guy standing at home plate with the bat in his hand.
And off the plate, 1-1. Time granted by Bob Davidson there. The Rays closing the gap in the East. The Yankees and the Orioles start tied for first. Ground ball, second base. Johnson is over at Swan and over to first. 4-6-3 on the double play. Erasing Jeter. Bottom of the first coming. No score. To you by H.H. Gregg. Let's take a look at the Rays lined up tonight. B.J. Upton not in there. Joe Madden giving him the night off with a day off tomorrow. Get him off the turf and 2 days back-to-back off to refresh him for the stretch drive. So Sam Fole leads off, then Desmond Jennings and Ben Zobrist, Evan Longoria, Matt Joyce, and Luke Scott. Jeff Keppinger, Jose Lobaton, and Elliott Johnson rounding out the Rays lineup.
Let's take a look at the scouting report on Hiroki Kuroda, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida. Bronco down the stretch. I'll tell you something. This guy has been an absolute horse for Joe Girardi. You go back to May 27th. Since then, 14 of 18 starts. He's gone at least 7 innings. 9-4 record, 2.42 earned run average during that time span, and disguising coverages. If you could tell, we're going with a little football theme here. But this guy will throw just about everything. He'll throw you the fastball. He's going to cut it, slide it, sink it, curve it. He won't knuckle it.
Well, he pitched 11 seasons in Japan before coming over. Pitched here with the Dodgers and now the Yankees. 37 years old, and the first pitch into Sam Fole, and he throws him a fastball for a strike.
Big fan of the zone blitz too.
Just a little piece of that one foul back to Martin, and you could see Kuroda with the obligatory pause in the middle of his delivery. One ball, 2 strikes. So many of the pitchers who come over from Japan either have that pronounced turn or that pause in the middle of the delivery.
It's like that little timing mechanism, make sure everything's in line and in order.
It's like our booth, in line and in order.
You sure you're talking about our booth? You didn't get the email?
I didn't. 1-2 the count, and a line drive base hit into left. So Jones with the pickup, and Sam Fold has himself a base hit.
Okay, let's be honest here. You get the lineup today, you see B.J. Upton not in it. Your first thought is, hey, listen, this is September baseball. You got a day off tomorrow. You have a day off on Monday. You'd love to see him in there. You see that Sam Fold is playing for him, and what did we say? Okay, 4 for 5, probably score a couple of runs. Off to a great start.
Well, of course. I mean, he's the guy, first guy ever to enter a game late. You know, a game that he didn't start and goes 3 for 3. That was in Texas when he replaced Matt Joyce. So, sure, put him lead off. He's going to get a hit the first time up. And here's Desmond Jennings.
Now, it is nice to be able to pull a player like Sam Fold off of the bench, put him out there. Yeah, whether it's part of the game, whether you start him, you know you're going to get max effort.
And he has swung the bat very well. You know, he's hit the ball the other way. He's pulled the ball, and he's hit it hard. Desmond shows the bunt, takes the pitch low and outside, 1-0.
So much more difficult to pitch to a guy who hits the ball all over the field. You know, if I know that I can go down and away from a guy and he's going to roll me over a ground ball to second base if he's a left-handed hitter, or to short if he's right. If I know that I can do that, and he's not going to ever be willing to shoot that ball the other way, just like Sam Fold did right there. He is so easy to pitch to. Guys like Fold make it difficult, because now you say, okay, I want to go down and away. Well, he can shoot me to left field, and he will do that. So those guys, you've got to pitch on both sides of the plate, change speeds. Much more difficult to face those kind of guys than just dead pull up hitters.
Yeah, and really that's one of the reasons the Rays were attracted to him when they got him from the Cubs. You know, he'd spent time in the minor leagues, just a little time in the big leagues, not much, but they liked his contact ability. There's a bunt by Jennings, and he is tagged out. Pierce coming in from first gets the tag on the bunt, and Fold is sacrificed up to second base. You know what Fold is, he's out of the Keppinger mold when it comes to contact. A left-handed hitter, however, and with a little more speed and athleticism. You can see that was, you know, did he get him at all?
I mean, if he got him, he got the jersey. You see Desmond pull up just a touch right there. He may have gotten that right there.
Yep.
Yeah, got the armpit of the jersey. Gonna tighten that thing up.
Well, there's Ben Zobrist with a runner in scoring position. First pitch is a strike. But back to that point you made about a guy who's going to hit the ball all over the place because of his ability to make contact, it makes sense that he would be more difficult to pitch to. Rays with a chance to break out in front here in the first against Kuroda. A roller foul outside of first.
What's amazing? What's amazing? Let's take a quick look at the Yankee defense. In the outfield, left to right, Andrew Jones, Curtis Granderson, and Nick Swisher. Across the infield, third to first, Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, Jason Nixon, Steve Pearce, Russell Martin will be behind the plate. What's amazing is that, you know, and whether it's just a guy can't do it, but why more guys don't take that approach. It's like, this is who I am.
Yep.
You leave a mistake up out over the plate, belt across the plate, I can do damage on it. You keep things down and away from me, I'm going to hit you, 14 hopper to second base every single time. They, you know, some guys are just stuck in a certain mold. And you can work on, you know, them hitting the ball the other way, and they'll do it for a time, but all of a sudden they start resorting right back to the old habits.
That's right.
And as a pitcher, if you can execute your pitches, you got them.
There's the 0-2. A little tap foul to further that point. That's why Greg Maddux always said hitters don't hit home runs, pitchers give them up.
Yeah.
And that's the point he made.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't execute, you're going to give up something.
That's right. And that's what those types of hitters are banking on.
Yeah.
they're out there saying, okay, I got it. That's a hole for me. I'm betting that you can't hit it consistently. And when you do make your mistake, now I'm going to make you pay.
2 strikes to count to Ben Zobrist. Fold off second. And there's a ball in off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeter had a hit in the top of the first. Swisher struck out. Cano grounded into a double play. Sam Fole leading off the bottom of the inning with a base hit. Bunted up to second by Jennings. And a step back by Kuroda and a step out by Zobrist.
This.
It is low. Fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kuroda made 32 starts last year for the Dodgers. He was 13-16 with an earned run average of a little over 3. This is his 28th start of this season with New York. 12-10 with an earned run average a little over 3. 3.04. 2-2. And strike 3 call. A fastball catches Zobrist looking.
Now the Rays not a lot of at-bats against Kuroda, and he throws so many different pitches that you're just not quite sure, and he's able to lock up Ben Zobrist here. Ben Zobrist a good fastball hitter, and he gets him on that one middle in.
Now Evan Longoria. Evan the DH tonight, as he was last night. A 2-run home run in the 3rd inning of last night's game to give the Rays the lead. Is a strike. To look at the home run on the 2-2 pitch.
Well, again, betting on a pitcher making a mistake, and Freddie Garcia did just that. Left that split middle in and elevated. Evan didn't miss it.
Well off the plate. 1-1. Kuroda pitched against the Rays in early April, and they scored 4 earned runs off him in 5 2/3 on their way to an 8-6 victory in that game. Chopper through the right side. There's a base hit, and here comes Fole to the plate, scoring without a play. The Rays lead 1-0. Boy, Longoria just bouncing that one through the wide open side.
Oh, great hitting. I mean, this is a guy who's a legitimate power hitter, and he's taking a pitch and hitting it right to where the defense isn't. Well, he just goes down. Look at that. Like he was just playing pepper, much like Derek Jeter. Got that wide open right side, and he hits a chopper right there. I'm surprised that Pierce did not go after that a little bit harder. Obviously peeling back to get to first base, but that ball clearly was going to make it through.
So the base hit by Sam Fole keys a run here in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss by Matt Joyce. Strike 1. Joe Girardi's club sharing first now with the Orioles. Foul ball. 0-2. Longoria at first. 0-2 the count to Matt. And a swing gonna miss. Joyce out on strikes to retire the side. The Rays gonna run and leave a man. 1-0 Tampa Bay. The RBI belongs to Evan Longoria.
And here's the defensive setup for the Rays. Jennings, Fold, and Joyce in the outfield. Keppinger, Zobrist, Johnson, and Scott in the infield. Lobatone behind the dish.
There's Alex Rodriguez. That first pitch didn't miss by much. Just a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Rodriguez followed by Russell Martin and then Curtis Granderson. One and one. Cut the miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now Alex Rodriguez coming back from that broken hand, still trying to get the timing down. That's where you got a guy like Matt Moore with that big power fastball and try to take advantage of that.
It's down 2-2, fastball.
Yeah, and that's not a bad place to go either. You know, a lot of times you think big power hitter, Alex Rodriguez, you want to stay away from the ball in. However, if you feel like his swing is slower than what you've seen from him in the past, that's the place to exploit. You go hard right in at those hands, 95, 96. It's going to be very hard for him to get the barrel to that baseball.
2 and a cut and a miss. He's out on strikes. Break to that one, and that's strikeout number 2.
Yeah, that curveball looked like the curveball when he pitched against the Angels and had that great start against the Angels. He started that game out by striking out Mike Trout on a curveball that ended up in a very similar spot with the same kind of break. That is just filthy.
You know, that's a curveball with some authority.
Yes.
And maybe a little harder than most curveballs, but for him, with the differential and that fastball in the mid-90s, that curveball is a very effective pitch.
Yeah, well, he's able to spin it so tight that it's just short. You know, for a curveball, it's not a big loopy curveball. It's hard, but boy, oh boy, it's definitely a 2-plane pitch.
1-0 the count to Russell Martin. Fastball down. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. A stop for New York, the first on a 10-game road trip. 2-1 off speed. Baltimore has jumped out in front in Toronto. 2-0 in the first. Adam Jones hit his 27th home run for the first run of that inning. Ball 3 up. 3-1. Zobrist out from shortstop, a couple of steps on the turf, makes the grab. 2 outs.
Well, tonight's game is available in Espanol via SAP, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of FLA.
There's Curtis Granderson. Granderson starts the night at .233, but with 34 home runs. Ball, no strikes. Martin popped to short after Rodriguez struck out on the curveball. 2 outs, bases empty. See Granderson's home run numbers. Since the start of last year, you're looking at the major league's leading home run hitter. There's a strike. It's 1-1. He has taken advantage of right field at Yankee Stadium. But you still have to hit him.
Well, that's the thing. They've got other left-handed hitters that have every bunch of the shot that he has.
Yep. 1-2 the count.
But we've seen him turn around some deluxe fastballs too. That's the thing. It's hard to sneak one by him.
How about him now? 13 home runs off lefties this year of his 34. Not this time. Out on strikes. Missed the mid-90s fastball. Bottom of the second coming. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Inning.
Well, tonight's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports.
Here's Luke Scott getting a start at first base. Keppinger next, and then Lobatone. Tigers out in front of Cleveland, top of the third in Detroit. It's 2-0. Miguel Cabrera has hit his 35th home run. And the first pitch to Luke is high. Scott 3 for 3 against Kuroda. It's a high popper foul. Carry out a play. Takes the count to 1-1. Kuroda pitched the second game of the year against the Rays here at the Trop. The Rays got a couple runs off him in the first inning. They got a run off him in the first tonight. Little number backhanded by Kuroda, and the throw to first. That's a nice play right there by the New York pitcher.
Boy, it sure was. That ball was not hit very hard, and it gets into that area of the infield where it's going to be a difficult play for an infielder moving in on the run, and Kuroda able to flag this down. A little split it looked like off the end of the bat, but look at him get it, then set his feet, make the throw over.
Jeff Keppinger now about to step in here. Take a look at our Circle K leaderboard among the Yankees starters since the 18th of July, and Kuroda has been the best by far. There's a base hit the opposite way by Keppinger. So the Rays pick up their third hit. Keppinger didn't waste any time. He's on with a 1-out single.
Well, Jeff Keppinger with that opposite field approach, not trying to do too much. How many times have we said it? Blah, blah, blah. And look at him, just gets in there, not a huge swing. Love the bat flip.
But you were calling your attorney for a moment.
Bob Loblaw?
Yes.
greatest character. Greatest character name in TV history.
Keppinger at first.
I'm going to write it out in the telestrator.
Jose Lopatone in the batter's box. Go ahead. The pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. So the Rays got the leadoff single from Sam Fold in the first, turned that into a base hit. Now Keppinger's aboard with 1 out in the second. Lopatone starting the night, hitting .227. The runner, the pitch is foul. The Rays had Keppinger on the move, and the count goes to 1-1. We'll be on the move and check in now with Todd Callis.
All right, Dwayne, website Wednesday. You can email the booth at AskTheRays@Fox.com or via Twitter at SunSportsRays. Hashtag AskTheRays. First question comes to us from Twitter. Steve wants to know about Chris Jimenez and how you see the Rays catching situation moving forward from here. Guys, back to you.
All right. Well, Jimenez, of course, to AAA and played very well down there. Made the most of that situation and came back and drove in 2 runs here in the opening game of this series. And he really gives you a great effort behind the plate and can play all over the place. And a combination of all of that, one would think he's going to see some time here in September.
I don't think there's any question to that. And listen, I love seeing him out there.
Me too.
I mean, Chris Jimenez, you know he's going to do the little things. He's going to work hard. He's going to work for his pitcher, understand what his job is as a catcher.
Well, it's just great to see a guy who Jimenez does this all the time to try to block pitches the way that they would teach a young catcher to approach it, and he does that.
Yeah, not a bad group to hang out with either. Want to get out there?
Yeah, that's right.
Rice and Shields.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to give him an opportunity too to give a blow to Jose Molina.
Runner goes again, a liner into center. Granderson back. It's going to be over his head. Will go to the wall. Keppinger digs for third. They're going to stop him there. And Lopatone, who hit it over Granderson's head in center field, winds up at second base. Big opportunity for the Rays now as Lopatone got it right over Granderson's head. He started to go back and realize he might be in some trouble.
Yeah, well, you see he's playing out there right on the first, and that was a blast. Just gets it over his head. Keppinger, tough read for him. It's out in front, but he's not quite sure. He gets as close as he can,
then makes the turn and hustles into third. That's the only play that he had. That was a nice job by Keppinger there. He's upset he didn't score. But what else could you have done? I mean, that line drive to center field, you just can't run hell-bent for third base and be doubled off. So, you get out there close to second, see it clear the outfielder, try to pick it back up.
Yeah, you can't run recklessly toward third base either.
No, either one.
So, it's second and third with 1 out. And here's Elliott Johnson, infield pulled up. The pitch is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes. Rays with the first inning run and 2 men in scoring position here in the bottom of the second. Strike breaking around the knees. Started a little wide and caught the plate. The count is 1-1 to Elliott.
Elliott Johnson looking for solid contact. That's it. Like to get something up. He can elevate, get it into the outfield, but solid contact with the infield end that increases your chances of being able to sneak it through.
And now the bunt. Kuroda will make the play to first, and the Rays get nothing out of that.
Yeah, and boy, I mean, if that's a play that's put on, fine, but it certainly didn't look like that. With Jeff Keppinger not reacting to that bunt there by Elliott Johnson, you would assume that Elliott's doing this on his own. When if that's the case, you just gave up and out for nothing.
Yeah, Keppinger about a step and a half down and realized that he had no place to go except back to third. And so the Rays essentially give up and out. Still second and third. It'll be up to Sam Fole now. Sam singled and scored in the first. I was about to say, you know, here we are early in this game. It's a real tribute to the Rays pitching that the Yankees would bring the infield in with 2 men in scoring position there in the second inning. The pitch now to Sam Fole is a strike.
It'll be interesting to see what the fallout from that last play was, because certainly it was disjointed. Jeff Keppinger, Elliott Johnson, not at all on the same page.
Now the 1-strike pitch. And a good take there. Pitch dropping low. And it's 1-1. Kuroda with that split. Toronto scored a run to make it 2-1 Baltimore. Orioles now hitting in the top of the third, leading 2-1. 1-1 pitch. And another good take by Fole. Pitch a little wide, 2-1. Well, you take pitches like he has the last 2 pitches, he must really be seeing the ball well. To lay off that second pitch instead of swinging over it. It's 2-1. Martin and Kuroda want to get together.
I'll tell you, I cannot recall seeing as many meetings between pitchers and catchers that happen out in front of the mound during the course of the season than this year. I mean, it doesn't matter runner on second, runners at all, nobody on base. Lots of meetings.
Trouble seeing the signs, trouble remembering what was going on.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Verbally reconfirm it. And a foul ball back. Count goes to 2-2. Slider there. Rays with 4 hits so far, just 1 run, a base hit away from a couple more runs. And a little ground ball headed to Nix. The second baseman makes the play to Pierce. The Rays threaten but do not score through 2, 1-0 Tampa Bay. And Joe Madden squaring off. I'm not sure, but I think Joe just now got to the ballpark. As we take a look at our Toyota inside look, last 12 meetings here between these two clubs at Tropicana Field, and the Rays have dominated, winning 11 of 12, and they've outscored the Yankees 5.1 to 3.4.
Well, you can see, I mean, the number. This started with that 3-game series, the must-win 3-game series at the end of last year, and where the Rays just have not stopped. There's lots of big numbers over here. And lines.
Here's Hunter Jones. Pitches a strike. If we'd all just get to the ballpark earlier, these things wouldn't happen. The pitch. The strike 0-2. All of that coming from Bobby Valentine's comments about Joe Madden not getting to the park early. Joe had some fun with that before the game. This one is high, 1-2. Rest assured, Joe was here in plenty of time to make out the lineup card and get the team on the field. Yeah. It's a great game. It's really fun. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, there are some of these series that you come to the ballpark half expecting to see like a post 182 stitched onto the Rays uniform. American Legion action.
2-2 now. Oh, strike 3 call. Jones caught looking. Strikeout number 4. Off speed got him right there.
Now, good changeup here by Moore. He keeps it down in the zone. Definitely out over the plate. Right down the middle, actually. Right at the knees. Good pitch.
Here's Steve Pearce, who's playing first base tonight. The Yankees have not had Mark Teixeira available with a calf strain. And the pitch is a strike to Pearce. Well, you talk about having a busy season. Pearce has been all over the place this baseball season. 2 fastball by him. He started the year in the Twins camp in the spring as a non-roster invitee. Was released at the end of March and signed a minor league deal with the Yankees. He's called out on strikes. His visit to the plate, a brief one here in the 3rd, out on 3 pitches. 2 up and 2 down. Pearce went from the Yankees signing that minor league deal, and he was at Scranton and very productive there at the AAA level. Then traded to the Orioles in early June. 28 games with Baltimore, designated for assignment, claimed by Houston. He was with the Astros and then reacquired by the Yankees when they claimed him off the waiver wire from Houston at the end of July. And then reacquired by this Yankee club from Houston. And a strike to Jason Nix. It's hard to figure out that road map. 0-2.
You give me a map and I'll
chart it.
Give it a shot. We've done it before.
Yeah, but you were also driving at the time. Which made 0-2 the count to Jason Nix. Low right there on a curveball.
Was that the trip that we put Gary Nicholas in the trunk?
Mm-hmm. And he was very comfortable back there.
He was.
He wouldn't come out.
That'll be in the book.
Yep. 1-2. Oh, very close to the fastball. And Nix is still alive with a count of 2-2.
And Bob Davidson could only have this pitch down because it's on the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And a pop up. It's a foul. Going to be out of play. Back of the dugout. 5 strikeouts tonight from Matt Moore. through the first 8 hitters, and he came very close to getting Nix looking, and then pitcher was called the ball. So 2-2 to Jason Nix. And he's out on strikes this time. Curveball got him, and he could not check. Matt Moore strikes out the side. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. You got Jones looking on the change. You got Pierce looking. And he got Nix trying to check his swing.
Yankees. The Rays' Wives' second annual Mystery Ball benefiting All Children's Hospital will be this Saturday, starting when the gates open. Balls will be on sale for $40. They'll be available at gates 1 and 5 until they are sold out. For more information, visit RaysBaseball.com/.
Desmond Jennings took a big cut at that slider, which moved right away from his bat. But that might be in his wheelhouse there, and missed it. Ball, 1 strike. Rays scored a run in the first, had an opportunity in the second, but left 2 men in scoring position. And back at it here in the bottom of the third. 2-1 the count. The Blue Jays have tied the Orioles. It's a 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the third. Oh, look out. The bat breaks in half and heads to the dugout roof, and the pitch is fouled off to the right side. Well, that ball went one way and the bat the other. And everybody's okay in the front row right behind the dugout. So Desmond Jennings with a brand new bat now. Rajah Davis hit a home run for the Blue Jays to tie the Orioles at 2. And he is reaching and pops it up. Nix out. Granderson is going to be Nix, the second baseman, in shallow center. It's the first out in the Rays' half of the third.
That was a nice job there by Kuroda, working over Jennings, away with the slider. Then he comes in, breaks the mat, then back away. You get the hitter reaching. That's the name of the game.
Ben Zobrist. Pitch is low, breaking ball. 1-0. Upton doubled against Kuroda when he saw him in early April. Did he go? He did not. 2-1. Randazzo on the call down there at third base. Ground ball to the right side. That's going to be fair behind first. And played unassisted by Pierce. 2 up, 2 down. The hitter's going to be Evan Longoria. Having a nice job when he singled through the open right side of the infield in the first, driving in Sam Fold. He takes a strike. Evan with 4 home runs in his last 9 games, including the 2-run home run last night. It's 1-1. Since he has been activated, the Rays have gone 10 games over 500. Foul ball. 1-2.
Well, he does change the dynamic of this lineup. Really pushes some guys into spots that they're better suited for. I think just the excitement of having Evan back and the possibilities help this team out.
Hey, look out. Ducks the pitch. It's a little bit high there, and Evan getting out of the way.
Yeah, you could see the way Russell Martin was set up. They want that ball up and out over the plate, not there. Hitters do not like when you start to venture up around that helmet.
Now the 2-2 into the dirt. Deflects off Martin.
Talk about 2 extremes. A foot over Evans' head and then way in the dirt.
Well, he had Evan in peril in the prior pitch, and he had his catcher in peril in that last pitch on that short hop. Martin takes a little time to put himself back together. And it's a 3-2 count to Evan Longoria. Ground ball, 1 hop to short. Jeter's throw to first, and the Rays are up and down in order. On to inning 4. 1-0 Rays. Tonight, time for the AT&T trivia question. What's the largest division lead the Yankees have ever held and then failed to finish in first place? That's our AT&T trivia question. The largest division lead the Yankees have ever held and then failed to finish in first place. They found themselves tied for first right now. There's Derek Jeter, top of the order to lead off the fourth. Jeter, Swisher, and Cano. And the pitch misses. Jeter single to start the ball game, and a line drive up the right side. Soft liner. Takes that pitch for a strike. Jeter swung at a pitch well off the plate when he singled into right. Pounds it off his foot. Now 1-2. Later threw a double play ball that erased Jeter and finished the first. So to this point, he's faced the minimum number of hitters through the first three, opening the fourth with a 1-2 count to Jeter. And a popper short center. Out from second base. Johnson got a glove on it, couldn't hold it. And Jeter's aboard. Fole came charging in from center. Johnson got there, got the glove up, but could not hold it. And Jeter is aboard.
Well, that ball was hit in a tough spot. You got Sam Fole busting it in. Elliott Johnson going back, and Elliott actually got there. Sam slid out of the way to avoid contact. And ultimately, this play's got to be made. It's not like you see right here, Sam slide out of the way. And Elliott just not able to squeeze it. That ball rattles around in there.
Well, Jeter's not exactly hitting the cover off the ball, but he has 2 hits tonight.
That's a hit?
That's a hit. Here's Nick Swisher.
Wow.
He moved to first. Swisher called out on strikes his first time. Fly ball into right. Matt Joyce right there waiting and puts it away. That's the first out. Now Robinson Cano. Cano grounded into a double play. Cano homered his first time up in the game last night. And a double in 4 at bats in game 1 of the series. Takes ball 1 inside. Cleveland batting in the 5th inning. Tigers lead that game 2-1 in Detroit. Blue Jays batting in the bottom of the 4th and last count. That game tied 2-2, Orioles and the Blue Jays. Pitch is down. 2-0. Cano struck early, hit the ball out to the opposite field in the first inning, connecting off Alex Cobb, and then Cobb settled in and was very, very good. Retired 14 of the last 15 hitters he faced in that game last night, pitching 7 innings. Now it's 3-0, the count to Robinson Cano. Alex Cobb picking up his 9th win to go 9-8.
How about the last 7 times he's taken the mound, Rays have won them all.
There's a strike. It's 3-1. Line, he made 99 pitches in 7 innings. Madden very pleased with the outing he got from the 24-year-old right-hander. One on, one out, 3-1 the count to Robinson Cano. And there's ball 4 low. First walk issued by Matt Moore. Jeter pushed up to second on the 1-out walk. Jim Hickey will head to the mound here before Alex Rodriguez steps in.
Well, Saturday, college football returns to Fox as Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington once again get you ready for kickoff with the Ford Fox College Saturday pregame show. Then Taylor Martinez and the 17th ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers head to Los Angeles for an early season test against the UCLA Bruins team looking to pull off the upset. Coverage of Fox College football begins Saturday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
So they break up that little conference on the mound, and Matt Moore ready to face Alex Rodriguez.
Who you got in that game? Nebraska, UCLA in the Rose Bowl.
Sitting next to you.
Well, don't worry about me.
Oh, well, it's hard not.
Or the sledgehammer sitting to my side.
Yeah, there's a chance your attention might be divided.
I will pull through.
Alex Rodriguez. Pitch is low.
If the truck promises not to give updates, I'll just DVR it and be done with it.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's the best way to handle it. The Yankees putting together a threat. Foul out of play by Rodriguez.
See Alex starting to try and time up the fastball of Matt Moore. In the early going 4th inning, but a big spot here for Matt. Moving down the middle of that Yankee lineup. A couple of runners aboard. Always the threat with Rodriguez.
And the ball popping away from Lobatone, but not far enough to give the runners an opportunity to advance. And with Lobatone retrieving that ball, Alex Rodriguez asking Bob Davidson to put a new one into play.
Well, yeah, and you wonder right there if there was a little mix-up between Lobatone and Moore. Just the funky way that Lobatone went after that ball. His glove got kind of crossed up a little bit.
It's the second time that's happened tonight. There was a pitch, I think, in the 2nd inning. The same way.
It didn't look like a true cross-up, but just the angle of the glove. Something looked up.
2-1, a liner into left field. That's going to skip past Jennings, go to the wall. Jeter's going to score. They'll stop Cano at third. It's a double for Rodriguez, and the game is tied 1-1. Rodriguez picking up his 45th run batted in. It all started on that little looper into center. And Jeter has turned that into a run.
Yeah,
a double by Rodriguez.
So unfortunate. But here's Alex Rodriguez. Now he comes in with the fastball. He probably wants that up closer to the hands. That ball's a little bit down, and Alex, we talked about it, starting to time up that fastball. Had a pretty good swing at the first one that was 95 miles an hour. He gets this one down and in, is able to shoot it to the wall and left.
2 men in scoring position, and here's Russell Martin. This pitch was strike. Starts in with a curveball. The Yankees have a run in the 4th as Moore tries to limit the damage in a tough spot. Martin Sends it up the right side toward the corner. Joyce on the run. That one hops the wall and bounces into the stands. Cano scores. Rodriguez will cross the plate on the double by Martin. And New York takes a 3-1 lead. Well, after that single and the fly ball, a walk and back-to-back doubles. And it's 3-1.
That's how quickly it can turn. Trying to come in, that ball's middle of the plate and up, and Martin just puts a big swing on it. Ends up being a little bit tardy. Pushes that ball out to right field, knocks in 2 runs.
Here's Curtis Granderson. Pitch is a strike at the knees. Granderson struck out, missed a fastball in the second inning. A roller to the right side. Johnson picks it up and to throw to first in time. Martin advances to third. He's there with 2 gone. A 3-run fourth. Andrew Jones will be the hitter. Jones struck out looking in the third. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. One and one. The Yankees battling to maintain a share of first place. They've been in first place 84 consecutive days in the AL East. Tied now. Pop up foul. That will carry into the seats. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
You go back to when they had the 10-game lead over the Orioles, 10.5 over the Rays, and that's a long span of time. 19 and 25, 44 games. Played 6 games under 500.
Yeah, on July the 18th, they were 10.5 in front of the Rays. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, this team, the pitching has been up and down at times, but the hitting has been there for the most part. But they've really struggled recently. 3 runs on the board right here.
It's popped up. Johnson after it from second base, makes the catch. That retires the side. New York in with 3, and they lead 3-1. New York putting up 3 in the top of the frame. Let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question. It's the largest division lead the Yankees have ever held and then failed to finish in first place. How about that? 6 games in 1933. How about that?
Do you believe that?
That's amazing. And you look at where they are right now this year after holding a big lead. 10 up on Baltimore, 10.5 on the Rays on July 18th, and now tied with Baltimore. And Boston, you know, they were right there with the Rays.
They missed the bus.
Matt Joyce, pitch is high.
Got to get on board.
Those strikes.
I still don't believe the 1933. So
there's a line drive, foul. The count is 1-1. Matt Joyce homered off Kuroda. Hiroki Kuroda, 1-1. The home run for Joyce off Kuroda came on a breaking ball back in April. 2 balls and a strike. Joyce struck out first time up tonight on a slider. Two and two. And a base hit into center field. Joyce is aboard. Matt Joyce, a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Let's check in again with Todd Callis. Todd?
Dwayne, Ottaway text poll question of the evening. The Yankees head to Baltimore after this game for a 4-game series with the Orioles. We want you, the Rays fans, to tell us what you're hoping happens. TB1, the Yankees sweep. TB2, the Yankees win 3 out of 4. TB3, a split. TB4, the Orioles sweep. TB5, Orioles win 3 of 4. Text your votes to 789 standard message and data rate supply. The former Ray Jason Hamill coming back, and we'll start for Baltimore tomorrow against the Yankees, guys.
Righty. Schedules are going to be interesting to look at. As Todd gives that report. When you look at the extended schedules, you want to know the count to Luke Scott. Following the game tonight, the Yankees will have 26 games left, 10 against contending teams. Baltimore will have 25 games left, 13 against contending teams. And the Rays will have 25 left, 16 against contending teams. Over to first, and the runner Matt Joyce back in. And we'll take a look as we include tonight's action. Games versus 500 or better teams. The Rays 17 of 26. And all of those over 500 teams are in contention for a playoff spot. So the Rays will have a challenge in front of them. Now, the good thing about that, they'll just go head to head with the Yankees again in a series in New York and a home and home series with the Orioles. So the Rays really will have it in their own hands as to what happens the rest of the month.
And the second part of the home and away with Baltimore will be the last series of the season, and that'll be right here at Tropicana Field.
1-1. Yeah, that could really be amazing again to go down to that final series of the regular season. And that very well could happen the way these 3 teams have battled it out here the last month plus in the American League East. One and one to count. Ground ball right side. Nix will go to Jeter. Out there, over to first. Out there, 4-6-3 on the double play. You know, you look at the head-to-head matchups inside the division. Rays playing the Yankees again, 2 series against Baltimore. And you actually, from the Rays perspective, I think they feel pretty good about that. You know, the series that concerns me for no particular reason, but that series against the White Sox, because they have been, over the past few years, a team difficult to figure at times. Ground ball back to the mound. Corona's got it. The flip to first. Keppinger's out. Pitcher first. We're through 4, and it's 3-1 New York. Three to 1. Time for the Just for Men Keep Your Head spotlight. Matt Moore's first major league start came against the Yankees in New York on September 22nd last year, when he pitched 5 shutout innings with 11 strikeouts. He made 84 pitches, and the Rays wound up winning that game 15-8. He was very impressive to come in and do what he did at the end of the season last year, and of course the postseason.
Well, and that's the thing. He has a game like that in Yankee Stadium, showing you the intestinal fortitude, and nothing was going to phase him, wasn't going to be rattled by a big stage, and then goes in and gets a Game 1 start against the powerful Rangers, and just 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs.
Steve Pearce, first pitch is up. 1 ball and no strikes. Pearce, Nix, and then Jeter. Moore gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, and a walk in the 4th. Back into center field. Cole breaking back and is there to make the catch. That's the first out. We're talking about the rest of the schedule, and of course the Rays are very good at taking care of the game they have at hand today, and that's the one they're going to concentrate on. The rest of us will take a look at the schedules and try to figure out whether there's an advantage or lack of an advantage in a particular series. Joe Maddon's always talking about how the Rays match up with teams. You know, there are some teams that you think, well, you should win, and you don't win against them, and some teams that the opposite happens. You think, boy, you might have trouble with this team, and you wind up dominating them. And Maddon always talks about how his team matches up with other teams regardless of what the reputation of that team may or may not be. And the White Sox over the past few years have been a team that's been really strange for the Rays to match up against.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with familiarity.
Yep.
And you know, when they play them this year, it'll be well over a year since those two clubs have seen each other. that's one of those things. The Rays, they feel comfortable playing the Yankees, Orioles, Blue Jays, the Red Sox. They may be considered tougher teams, from time to time, but familiarity. They know these guys. They're not afraid of them. They're going to go right in and do their thing. But that's a 4-game series, and that's going to be in Chicago. And if they're still in the race, and no reason to think that they won't be, it's going to be loud. It's going to have that fall, crisp, night weather. It's going to be a whole different set of things that Rays players are going to have to deal with.
Yeah, the Rays were swept by the White Sox here early in the year, and it's going to be very interesting once it gets down to that to see what they do with that ball club. Swing and a miss. Nix is out on strikes. So 2 gone with the bases empty.
Well, this is just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. That was that series that Chris Sale put on that display.
Sure was. And to get back to that point of not seeing a team for a long time, and you look at what the Rays do inside the East and how successful they've been, and I think it's to their advantage. The more they see a team, the more they know about that team, the more they see them with their own eyes. And I think in a game that every day is more reliant upon information, I think that's why one of the reasons why the Rays are so much better inside the American League East than a lot of people thought they might be, and the reason they would have trouble against teams that they don't see. And the White Sox, those clubs would fall into that category, and the same thing with interleague at times. That could be a disadvantage for the Rays because they are so information and preparation based.
Well, and that's why the scouting reports coming into that series are going to be important for these guys to trust. That's what they have to do. They got to trust them and go out. The little bit of personal experience that they do have against these particular hitters, they're going to have to talk with each other on the bench and just be ready to go. And at the end of the day, if they execute like he did right there on that curveball to Jeter, they're going to be just fine.
White Sox beat Minnesota 6-2. So they're now 74 and 62 on the year. Up the right side again for Jeter, and it's going to be fair. Extra bases. Jeter's on his way to second. Well, he's 3 for 3. Hasn't hit the ball hard all night, but he has 2 singles and now a double. And he took the fastball that really got in on him. It was 95, and he just kept it fair.
Well, see, that's what he's able to do. I mean, if you're going to pitch him away, he'll shoot it away. That ball caught maybe a little bit more of the plate than Matt wanted, but still, it's got 95-mile-an-hour velocity behind it. Jeter's so good at keeping his hands inside the baseball. I mean, he's made a career out of it.
So Jeter, who came into this game 1 of 6 with 3 strikeouts against Moore, 3 for 3 tonight on 3 balls. They weren't hit that well, but boy, they're big hits. Nick Swisher takes a strike. One and one to count. Strike at the knees. Now 1 and 2. play. Three 5-0 for New York. A run, 5 hits, no errors for the Rays. We're in the 5th. Take the count to 2-2. Walked by Lobaton. Yankees scored all 3 runs in the 4th. They have a 2-out threat in the 5th. Short. Zobrist makes the perfect throw to first. No runs, a hit, man left. Rays half of inning 5 coming up. 3-1 New York. Four dealers. By Buddy's Home Furnishings. And by Subway Restaurants. Play hard, eat fresh. Hey, it's Website Wednesday, and there's a question for Todd Callis. Let's go to Todd and see what he says. First pitch to Jose Lobaton. The pitch is down. 1 ball and no strikes.
Battery went out on the microphone.
Yeah, battery went out. Lobaton, Johnson, and Fold. This pitch is a strike. In the interest of true disclosure, Todd just opened our back door and said, what was the question? What was it? I didn't hear it, didn't see it.
Right. But
and then we said, come on in.
Right.
We'll let you know, and he ran away.
What? He ran away after we told him what the question was. Heard him squeal and run down that hallway.
There's a strike. The count is 2-2. Seemed like a fair question tonight on Website Wednesday.
Isn't that what it's all about?
Yep.
Ask the booth, Todd, the announcing crew. Yep. Todd's part of the crew. It was a legitimate question.
It was, and we just turned the tables on him. He's usually asking us questions, and he refuses to answer that one.
Maybe the most relevant question we've had all year.
You know, we have heard, got a sneak preview of Inside the Rays featuring Todd Callis, what it would be like to be on a date with Todd, and perhaps that family had seen that preview as well and just asked the question.
I've had a standing offer for 2 weeks. Take me up on it.
Full count now to Jose Lobaton. He's still saying that he doesn't know what the question is.
Right.
Keeping an arm's length from the booth now.
How convenient.
Swing and a miss. Lobaton out on strikes. So that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth. Kuroda had a couple strikeouts in the first inning, and this is the first one since then. 3 on the night. And now Elliott Johnson. Johnson 0 for 1. He lifts a popper into shallow left. Jones is there. 2 outs.
Well, and you know, you look at the scorebook, and I don't keep the best scorebook in the league. We all know that. However, I believe that's just the second out that he's recorded in the air. Been strike out, a ton of ground balls. He's had that good split working. Balls down in the zone. Got a big double play.
Yeah, he's over 60%. I think 63% ground ball.
Which is pretty good. I mean, you want to be up there. You don't want to be a neutral guy.
Well, the pitch is a strike to Sam Fuld. Sam scored the run for the Rays in the first when he led off with the base hit. He's behind in the count to Kuroda, 0-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Toronto batting in the bottom of the 6th. They're tied with Baltimore 2-2. And the Rays trail the Yankees 3-1. Cleveland batting in the 7th, and the Tigers have a 2-1 lead in that game in Detroit. 2-2 the count. White Sox beat Minnesota 6-2, and the Angels beat Oakland in Oakland 7-1. That pitch inside, the Yankees thought they might have had a strike there. Kuroda thought he had one. Jeter and Rodriguez started to move on the left side of the infield.
Very close there on that fastball. Looked to be a little bit off.
And there is ball 4 inside, so Sam draws the walk. First walk given up by Kuroda.
Well, he's been very efficient. You go back over his last 13 starts coming into tonight, he'd only given up 12 walks. That's part of the reason for his success. You know, you don't hurt yourself with extra base runners. You get a lot of ground balls. Got a great chance.
Now Desmond Jennings. The pitch inside just got him, and Desmond going to take first, and Bob Davidson didn't see it.
No, that his ball, it was tracking in on Desmond. Good enough shell job.
His head no. A move over there.
That can't feel good. You try to take first base, and the umpire's like, that didn't hit you. Get back in the box. Like, all right.
Well,
now just pop one.
1-0 count. The move to first. I'll say on the move over there to Sam Fold before that first pitch was made, Sam got out there with a pretty nice little lead, and Kuroda held the ball on him, and he got the Fold to retreat a bit. And that pitch is a strike, a slider that finds the zone. Two outs, a walk to Fold, 1-1 to count on Desmond Jennings. Foul ball. The count is now 1-2. A ball, 2 strikes. Back to first. Sam is back in there. There goes Fold, and the pitch lifted into left, going to fall in front of Jones. Fold will advance to third and makes a turn there. You know, Fold looking over his shoulder, he saw Jones make that throw back towards second with not a lot on it, and you know the thought crossed his mind, I might be able to score there, and decided to finally play it safe.
Well, he's going to go until Tom Foley says otherwise. His ball looked like it was off the plate away, but Desmond able to reach out there, put it in there. Sam picks it up. Now he's going to go. He watches that ball come in. Just to make sure. Keep him honest.
First and third now on the base hit by Jennings. Here's Ben Zobrist. Rays have their first threat since the second inning, when they admitted second and third with 1 out and left them there. Now first and third, 2 outs in the 5th.
And Kuroda better be careful with the fancy moves with Bob Davidson behind the plate. He might get an itch.
He loves to call the balk. The strike catches the outside part of the plate. Well, Kuroda will take his time under normal circumstances, and with men on, he will really slow it down. 2-out walk, then the base hit to Jennings. 0-1 the count on Ben Zobrist.
Right now he's got Ben Zobrist a little bit out of sorts. Struck him out in his first at bat with that fastball in looking. Then he got him on a split, some sort of breaking ball down in the zone, rolled over to first base, and right there surprised him with a pitch away.
To the count to Ben. Fake move again.
And again, these are the situations I don't understand why. An 0-2 count with 2 outs. Worry about the hitter. You make a pitch here, you're out of the inning.
A step back again by Kuroda. Martin going through the signs again. The 0-2 low, and that gets in behind Martin, but not far enough to give anybody an idea about moving.
You know, did that ball get stopped by Bob Davidson's leg? or was it just smothered and trickled underneath Martin? Looks like this ball gets by the glove. Oh, he got it right on the tip of the glove, so it just didn't travel very far.
The mitts slowed it. A walk around the mound by Kuroda. He's got a run in the first, left 2 men in scoring position in the second. First and third, 2 outs in the fifth, and the 1-2 pitch. There's the runner off first, and Zobrist fouls it away. Jennings on the move right there. Down and in. 2-2. Something extra from Kuroda on that fastball. Might have been the hardest pitch he's thrown tonight. Two balls, 2 strikes. A step back. And again, Kuroda prolonging this matchup with Zobrist, paying such close attention to the base runners. Again, Jennings breaks and the pitch is shot into right center field. That ball's going to be in there and all the way to the wall. Fold has scored. Jennings will score. Zobrist hits for third. In with a stand-up triple, and this game is tied. Fold and Jennings score a 2-out triple by Ben Zobrist. A 3-3 ball game.
All started with a 2-out walk to Sam Fold. The Rays have not given up on this inning.
Get a base hit from Desmond Jennings, and then a mistake here. Left ball, they tried to close him out like he did in his first at-bat with a fastball in. This one leaks middle, and Zobrist punches it out into right center field. Ties up this ball game.
So the Rays take advantage of the 2-out walk drawn by Fold. And Jennings running on that pitch, scored from first. And Zobrist winds up at third with the 3-base hit. His 7th triple of the year. Rays now with 3 runs, 7 hits. And here's Evan Longoria, who singled in the run in the first inning. Pitch is too low. A fastball again at 95. 1 ball, no strikes. Backhanded stop of that one by Martin. That was a fastball. He just tried to really hump up. He got it to 96, but almost threw it by the catcher.
Yeah, overthrow, and they want it in.
That's the thing. You see the play that Martin had to make just to keep that from going to the backstop and inevitably giving the Rays another run.
2-0 now. And a strike. It's gone to the hard stuff here to Longoria. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. Fly ball lifted toward right center. Swisher backing up. That retires the side. But the Rays, with 2 outs, come up with 2 on a triple by Ben Zobrist, and through 5, this game is tied 3-3.
Wednesday, one of the most popular questions tonight, about every 3. Ken, Steve, Susan, Ray, Rod, Eric, Paul, Neil, Dennis, Daniel, they all want to know about the interlocking fingers when the Rays get a base hit. That's kind of a new thing. It's a unity thing. Jeff Keppinger, you can see him giving the finger sign to Ben Zobrist after his triple. Evan Longoria kind of started it during the time on the DL, and just a little team unity thing. So there you go. Also, coming up, Coco Jones on Sunday, a post-game concert. It will also be Shannon McGrain performing before Coco Jones and a drum set giveaway. Speaking of Longoria, Evan Longoria mini drum set. So there you go. You've got concert featuring 2 great performers as Matt Moore starts the 6th with a called strike. You've got the giveaway to the first 10,000 kids on 14 and under, and they've got Rangers and Rays rematch of the playoffs last 2 years. You can't beat that. We're with Blaine Fox, by the way, the executive of the day here. He was part of the broadcast auction, and he's a winner. He and his group, including his wife and 2 buddies, enjoying the view right behind home plate. And he got to meet the broadcasters before the game, including Dwayne and the radio guys. And Blaine, good to see you again. All right, he got to hang up in the press box, too, and kind of see what I do, which isn't that exciting. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, but I think he still wants you to answer the question posed by the fan earlier. Will you marry that gentleman's daughter?
Look at him run off again.
Yeah, just ignore the question completely. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Would make a wonderful politician. It's the season.
Where is she?
We got video of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Oh, we already have you saying yes.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Robinson Cano is out on strikes. You know, we're just taking care of Todd. Take good care of him.
How about that? Little change up down and in. That's a pitch you don't often see. Lefty on lefty. Matt Moore not afraid at all.
I'll tell you, when you can make that pitch way, that is a nasty pitch.
Yeah, and again, when you're willing to throw that, we see Hellickson do it. We see Shields do it. They'll do it. The righty on righty change up. They're not going to be scared to throw that pitch, and they will throw it down and in, just like Matt Moore did right there to Cano.
Breaking ball missed. 1-0 the count to Alex Rodriguez.
The thing about Matt, he's able to keep them honest with that fastball that has such velocity.
1-1. Yeah, to be able to throw that changeup couple that with 95 and 96, and then throw the hard curveball.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good luck. And if Cano is able to hit that pitch, he's going to hit it so far foul. No way to keep that fair.
Bouncer, that ball is fouled. Keppinger with the pickup, 1-2. The Rays have tied the game with a 2-run outburst with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. This time out of play. Well, like most pitchers, really important for Moore to stay ahead, although with these secondary pitches we've seen tonight, they've been pretty good, even the work from behind, but his numbers bear out. There's a cut to miss, and Alex Rodriguez strikes out on a fastball this time.
Well, and if you remember back to the last at bat, the fastball was in, but it was down. And Alex was able to get the barrel to it. He wants it up here. You throw it up by the hands. Now you force him to have to speed those hands up in that area and just not able to do it. That's where you want to go when you come in on Alex Rodriguez. And most hitters, for that matter, come right at his hands.
And there's a strike to Russell Martin. Pitch in there at 95. Martin's double, scored 2 in the 4th. 1-1. Ball, 2 strikes. Two. And a long one to left. That ball's going to get out of here on a 2-2 pitch. Martin hits it out, and that will give New York a 4-3 lead. He's driven in 3 of the 4 runs tonight.
Now, the last time it was a fastball middle up that he hit down to right field line for a ground rule double. And this was a curveball that just didn't have that same bite as most of the ones that Matt Moore has thrown tonight. This one kind of rolls in there right into the bat.
15th home run of the year for Martin. So just as the Rays tie it, the Yankees grab the lead again. Anderson out front, missing a breaking ball, strike 1. Toronto batting in the bottom of the 7th, tied with Baltimore 2-2. Now 0-2 the count here to Granderson. Blue Jays have a little something brewing in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out, runners at 1st and 3rd. And a high pop fly down the right side. Joyce loses it, now finds it and makes the catch to retire the side. 1 run on the home run by Martin. 4-3 New York. hit into right by Evan Longoria, scoring Sam Bold, who hustled home. A 3-run fourth for New York. A double by Alex Rodriguez got the first run home, and Russell Martin's 2-run double into the right field corner made it 3-1. The Rays tied it on the triple by Ben Sobers with 2 outs in the 5th. And the home run by Martin in the 6th inning makes it a 1-run game again. New York leading 4-3, and the Rays come into bat with Matt Joyce up here to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And the pitch is outside. Joyce, then Luke Scott, and Jeff Keppinger do. Joyce had a base hit in the 4th, 1 of 7 collected by the Rays tonight. It's a strike from Kuroda. A slider. Blue Jays have taken the lead on Baltimore in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ground ball down to first. Pierce makes the play unassisted. The update from Toronto now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Adani Echeverria with men at first and third takes the play out of the Rays playbook on that first and third bunt to get the go-ahead run across the plate for Toronto. So it's a 3-2 ball game there in the bottom of the 7th inning. Blue Jays now with men at first and second. Here's Luke Scott. Scott hits one a long way to right. Swisher back, and it's gone. Home run by Luke Scott on the first pitch in this at bat. Scott hits his 13th home run, and we're all even at 4-4. A line drive home run by Luke Scott. I think he hit a slider.
Right out there with that strong swing of Luke Scott. Didn't even get all the way around. Watch him get out there, get fully extended. Just pop that ball about the 3rd row.
So the Rays play long ball to get even.
Back and forth they go.
Scott's 13th home run. Jeff Keppinger. Pitch is a strike. Scott entering this game 3 for 3 off Kuroda, 1 for 3 tonight, and the one hit, the home run to tie the game. Ground ball, third base. Rodriguez up with it. The throw to first a little high, but Pierce corrals it. 2 gone. Jose Lobato. Lobato has a double and a strikeout tonight. Pitch away, 1 ball, no strikes. Miss. 1-1. Home run for Luke Scott was his first since the 19th of July when he hit one against the Indians. Connecting off Kuroda and the Yankees here tonight. 2 balls and a strike. Lobato up in the count. Kuroda getting close to 100 pitches here with 2 outs in the 6th. And Lobato will take his base. So a two-out base runner for the Rays for Elliott Johnson. Moved Logan up in the bullpen for New York. Larry Rothschild heads to the mound.
Now experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Hancock Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Hancock Bank Club features an upscale menu and inclusive drink options. For tickets and more information, call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com.
After the conference on the mound, Elliott Johnson about to step in. The Blue Jays putting together a big inning in the bottom of the 7th. The Rays have tied it in the bottom of the 6th, and the pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Blue Jays have put up a 4 spot in the 7th to take a 6-2 lead on Baltimore. Strike at the knees. 1-1. Chamberlain joining Logan in the bullpen. Got it. 2 balls and a strike. Rajah Davis got a big hit to make it a 4-run 7th. Base hit up the middle. And that bad throw to third allowed 3 runs to score and make it a 6-2 ball game. Who makes the play. So the Rays get a run on the home run by Luke Scott. They leave a man with the home run off the bat of Scott. This game is tied. Yankees 4 and the Rays 4.
game up at 4 as we head into the top of the 7th inning. Well, coming up on Fridays, Rays Live, the pregame presented by Gulf Coast Honda. We will have a preview of the Derek Holland, Jeremy Hellickson matchup. Talk about Adrian Beltre and his recent run, playing good third base, a lot of power, a lot of production. And I'll have a breakdown of some sort. I do every time.
Very resilient.
Somehow able to manage to pull it together for the game.
Yep. Night after night.
It's taking its toll, though.
This game is tied 4-4. On to the 7th we go. First pitch, and Jones, Andruw Jones, lines a base hit through the left side. Jumped on a fastball, and that'll be the 7th hit for New York. Collected off Matt Moore. Kyle Farnsworth is up in the Rays bullpen now. Matt was touched for 3 runs in the 4th inning, and another run on the home run in the 6th. Obatone spending some time on the hill with Moore, and Zobrist in as well. Three runs batted in for Russell Martin tonight. Rodriguez has the other one. The Rays got 2 from Zobrist on a triple, 1 from Longoria, and the game-tying home run from Luke Scott in the bottom of the 6th. The runner at first, Steve Pearce, will be the next hitter, and it appears that Joe Girardi wants to make a change. He's got Jones at first, and he's going to leave for a pinch runner. So Andruw Jones will depart, and Ichiro Suzuki will run for him. So a pinch runner. Jones leaves the game in favor of Suzuki. And here's Pearce. Flares one into right center field, going to fall in front of Joyce. It'll be first and second with nobody out. So Pearce picks up a hit off a fastball, and he dropped it in front of Matt Joyce.
Yeah, unfortunate here. Not good contact. That ball off the end of the bat, but he just flares it out into right center, and you can see that ball was going to fall in the whole way. You know, fortunately for the Rays, Ichiro Suzuki did not get that great of a read on that ball, because if he did, he could have been on third very easily.
Jason Nix shows the bunt, gets the bat back, and the pitch is a ball.
You can see Luke Scott busting it hard in. Keppinger staying back by the bag, so that means that the pitcher Matt Moore is going to be covering anything in front of him and over to that third base line. What they want to do here is get that bunt up the third base line and force Keppinger to have to field it. That'll guarantee him runners on second and third.
And the bunt out in front of the plate. That's a foul ball. Foul call made by Bob Davidson.
And the reason that you want to do that, the reason you want that bunt up the third base line here, and you can see this one where it ends up, that almost, oh, he's just ticked back just at the last second there, is that you get some of these athletic first basemen charging in, and you bunt it that way, they'll pick that thing right up, fire it to third, and get the lead runner. Same thing with bunting it hard back to the pitcher. You get it up the third base line, you force the pitcher to have to run over there, the third baseman to have to come in. Nobody's covering over there. Move them up.
And again, the bunt on with the pitch low. 2-1. Jake McGee has joined Farnsworth in the Rays bullpen.
Here is if Luke Scott doesn't get a better jump coming in, he's not going to be able to get the guy up there. They'll just take the out, especially with him being a right-handed first baseman. He's got a tough angle to throw.
pickup and the throw to first. Close. They just got him. Suzuki moves to third and Pierce up to second. Nix puts down the sacrifice. So Matt Moore made the play on the throw to first to Johnson covering.
Well, here it is. It just kind of deadens it out there. That's another good spot for it. Tougher to do. Almost beat it out.
So that's going to be it for Matt Moore. Joe Madden comes out to make the change.
Out in a tie ball game. Well, visit MLB.com/fan guide and register for a chance to win a VIP experience for two to a 2012 MLB World Series game. Presented by Scott's, the official lawn care company of Major League Baseball.
Matt Moore made 103 pitches, 6 1/3, 8 hits, 4 runs with 9 strikeouts and 1 walk. He leaves with men at second and third and leaves this game in the hands of Kyle Farnsworth, who's on to face Derek Jeter. And the Rays draw the infield up. Jeter 1 out of 6 lifetime against Farnsworth with 3 strikeouts. And he takes a look at the first pitch for a ball. Outside part of the plate. 1-1. Ichiro Suzuki at third, Steve Pierce at second with 1 out. 1-1 to Jeter. Bit wide. Fastball at 96.
Close here on the fastball by Farnsworth. That ball just tailing off the plate. Jeter with a good look.
The 2-1. Ground ball, second base. Johnson comes home, and the throw by Lobaton. Here comes another man around. He will score. Pierce followed Ichiro across the plate, and into second goes Jeter, and that's going to make it 6-4. It'll be an error charged to Johnson.
Here's what I don't understand. When you bring the infield in, you're looking to cut the run down at the plate. That ground ball to Elliott, he hesitated before making the throw to home, and the timing was thrown off. Watch him hesitate right here. He fields it. Then he just airmails it. Not even close.
So fielder's choice and an error charged to Johnson, and both runs score.
Well, when he hesitated and he never got his feet reset. Watch him right here. Now he goes back, and boy, just pushes that ball.
So here's Swisher. Pitch down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a runner headed for third. The pitch is a strike and there's no throw. Jeter into third with a steal. So the 9th stolen base of the year for Jeter.
And look at him, never stopped him. Oh, walking lead there by Jeter. He's very good at that. Gets in easily.
1-1. Foul back. Fastball up, and Swisher fouled it. Just down 2-2. The error on Johnson, the first error of the game, and it is a big one. Giroux and Pierce have scored. Infield end with 1 out. Jeter at third, and that's foul up the right side. It stays in. Did not come back enough, and the count is full. The Rays tied it in the 6th. The Yankees have broken that tie with the help of the error. It's 6-4 here in the 7th, New York. Swisher is out on strikes. That's the second out here in the 7th. Baltimore hitting in the 8th, trailing Toronto 6-2. The Yankees are batting in the 7th inning, and they're leading the Rays 6-4. Here's Cano. Ray's going to walk Robinson Cano. So Cano will get the intentional pass. Pops loose from Lobaton on the intentional walk. Farnsworth had to come down off the mound to make sure that ball rolled any farther away from Lobaton. Jeter wouldn't think about trying to come down the line. So it's 1st and 3rd. 2 outs, and Alex Rodriguez will bat. Zobrist with a toss to Johnson, retires the side. But New York comes up with the tie-breaking run. 2 runs, and they lead 6-4. Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. By the Florida Department of Transportation. Drive sober or get pulled over. By Checkers, feast on. And by the 2012 GMC Sierra. It's our best Sierra ever. Well, the Rays come into bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. Getting through a disappointing top of the inning. A couple of unearned runs, and the Yankees have a 6-4 lead. The Rays will be facing a new pitcher. You look at Ichiro in left after pinch running. And Boone Logan is the new pitcher, the lefty. Ben Francisco will pinch hit for Sam Fuld against Logan, and the pitch is a strike. Francisco fouls it right back over the screen. Down 0-2. Jennings will be next, and then Silvers. Foul back and out of play. Boone Logan making his first appearance in this series. And he throws the fastball by Ben Francisco, strikes him out.
Boy, such a tough pitch to lay off of. Great execution by Logan. 0-2 heater. He wants the ball up in the zone. He wants it up and in. And he puts it up and in.
Desmond Jennings. Kuroda worked 6 innings, made 101 pitches, allowed 4 runs, 8 hits, struck out 3 and walked 2. Jennings takes it down. 2-0. The right-handers, Epley and Robertson. And now a 3-ball no strike count to Jennings. Into the dirt for ball 4. How about that one?
Now that was just a complete misfire by Boone Logan. Not exactly what you're looking for in a 3-0 count. One stuck it right into the ribs of Martin too.
Yep.
He's got to be like, hey guy.
Is Ben Zobrist. Ben tripled in 2 runs in the 5th. He looks at a strike. And is 1 for 3 with a walk against Logan. Bullpen ball loose from the New York pen. Zobrist represents the potential tying run. And he takes a pitch low. It's 1-1. Well, the Tigers beat Cleveland 7-1. Fister got the win to even his record at 8-8. Zobrist a good take to run the count to 2-2.
Very good take, because that was a borderline pitch there by Logan, trying to sweep that slider just a little bit down.
Zobrist is out on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning for Logan. You got Ben Francisco, and now Evan Longoria is due up, and Joe Girardi comes out to make a pitching change. That'll be it for Logan. We'll be back in a moment.
Well, Calvin Harris is coming out to Tropicana Field this Friday after the Rays take on the Rangers. World-renowned DJ and singer-songwriter will perform all of his hits like Feel So Close, Let's Go, and We Found Love. The first 10,000 fans will also get a neon Rays hat presented by the Tampa Bay Times. Actually, we've seen that neon hat on Todd Callis, so you know how good it looks.
And he looked very agreeable. David Robertson is the new pitcher. Devin Longoria the hitter. And a base hit off the first pitch from Robertson into left. Jennings stops at second, so Longoria didn't waste any time. And the Rays have men at first and second.
Well, not when you know what you're going to get.
Get that little cut fastball, and if it's a pitch that you can handle, go out and get it. And that's what Evan did.
Well, Robertson was a losing pitcher here Monday, and the 4-3 Rays win. And he's wearing the low socks. No socks look tonight. Going to change up his luck a little bit.
Hope it doesn't, for his sake, move it in the wrong direction.
There's Matt Joyce. Let's see what Joyce can do about that.
Got the slacks on.
Matt 1 for 5 lifetime. That hit a home run off Robertson. And he takes a pitch down. Jennings second and Longoria at first. The pitch is a strike. 1-1. Robertson's numbers against the Rays: 0-3 in 6 outings. And a looper into left. That ball will be caught by Jeter. He got out there and had just enough glove to grab it. And the 7th inning is over. Rays will leave 2. We go to the 8th. 6-4 New York. Back at Tropicana Field through the first 7. Rays trail the Yankees 6-4. Jeter made that catch on that looper off the bat of Matt Joyce in the bottom of the 7th inning. And not sure if it was just that lunge, but he did have an awkward move or two. Jake McGee now in to start the 8th, and his first pitch to Russell Martin is a strike. Martin with a double and a home run tonight. 3 runs batted in. Upstairs, 1-1. Take another look at Jeter tracking down that little pop.
Well, a tremendous play by Jeter to get there, make that catch. What you see as he comes up right here, just a little gimp. By no means is he pulling up lane, but doesn't look completely smooth either. There were a couple winces on the way back to that dugout, too. Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know he's a gamer.
1-2 the count to Martin. And he's out on strikes. Couldn't catch up to the McGee heat. It's the 11th strikeout for Rays pitching tonight.
Well, nothing new there. This is a strikeout staff. Jake McGee, another one of those power arm relievers. You got to come at you with that fastball, little slider. He's done a great job, really taking that next step, moving into that elite status of late inning reliever.
The foul back, strike 1.
You know, and the thing about Jake too is you see all the room for the potential to grow even further. You know, continue to refine that slider, maybe get a little bit more depth out of it. If he's able to do that, I mean, right now he's a guy, you go up there, you know you're getting 95. You know you're getting 95 power fastball, and he's still able to be extremely effective.
0-2.
And that pitch right there, while it's a good pitch for him right now, I think it can be an even better pitch for him when he's able to do that. Lights out.
Worked 6 1/3. Farnsworth 2/3. And now the 0-2 pitch from McGee, and he strikes out Granderson. Got him at 96.
Oh, he's able to just, you know, stay very calm, stay within himself mechanically, just pick it up, drop the hands, and then explode that fastball.
Ichiro Suzuki entered the game as a pinch runner in the 7th and scored a run. It's his first plate appearance of the night. The ground ball right side picked up by Elliott Johnson, and the throw to first. 1-2-3 here in the top of the 8th. Rays half coming. They're down 6-4.
Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the 8th inning, keeping an eye on Jeter, and he did take his position at shortstop and moved out there with a little bit of a limp.
Well, it's going to take an awful lot for him to come off the field. I mean, that's just the way that he's built, his DNA. He's a player. He wants to be out there. He's going to stay out there until he's no longer able to fulfill his duties. But you're right, there's definitely something going on with him.
Well, Luke Scott opens the bottom of the 8th against David Robertson. And the first pitch popped up. Rodriguez in foul territory making the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Blue Jays have beaten the Orioles. That's a 6-4 final. Reynolds hit his 18th home run in the 9th. A 2-run home run at the top of the 9th, but that was all the Orioles would get. So it's a 6-4 final, Toronto over Baltimore. Jeff Keppinger. Rays batting in the 8th, down by 2. Keppinger 1 for 3 tonight. The pitch is a strike. So right now the Yankees have a half-game lead on Baltimore. Game and a half up on the Rays. 0-2.
Well, that is a tough pitch right there to deal with. You're talking about that front door cutter. And that ball out of the hand of Robertson looks like it's going right at Keppinger. Then look at cut and just catch the inside corner. Fox Tracks didn't like it, but Bob Davidson did.
B.J. Upton has moved into the on-deck circle. B.J. out of the lineup tonight. Rays have a day off tomorrow, and Joe Maddon's thinking to give him 2 days off back-to-back. And Keppinger did not offer. Troy Gorman down at first saying no. 2-2. Count full. They're getting down. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. And strike 3 call. That is out number 2.
Again, you go back to that front door cutter, and it's such a great pitch for Robertson when he's able to execute it, but that pitch comes out of the hand, and the hitter, it looks like it's coming right at him. You give up on it. You're just not used to having to swing at a pitch that starts right at you and throw with that kind of velocity, but that cutting action takes it right to the inside corner.
Well, now Upton will bat for Lobatone. DJ out of the lineup tonight. And giving him the evening off.
You know, I got a chance to play with Mike Jackson. You remember the reliever?
Yeah.
And he had that good front door slider, and he made a career out of that pitch because hitters just could not pull the trigger.
This pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. I remember him. He was one of the first players who made me feel old.
Perfect. I'm so glad I brought him up.
He was with Seattle, and he said, "Boy, I used to listen to you when I was a kid."
Thanks.
Yeah, really. So I hope you give up a home run in the 9th inning tonight. 1-1.
Now, the problem with that pitch is, though, if you don't execute it, it becomes a pitch that starts, inner half and breaks right across the plate. And then it's just cannon fodder.
It's pitched down. 2-1. You might ask why was Upton off tonight. And, Madden, and it seems on the surface a little unorthodox, but Joe is that way. And he is very big on if he could get a player who's been very good for him, as BJ has been, not to run him into the ground, essentially with a month left. The Rays have 25 games left after tonight, and he wants him as fresh as he can be, and so he picked tonight with an off day tomorrow to give him a couple days.
Well, and I think, just to be devil's advocate, the flip side to that argument that you would make is, okay, that's fine, give him tonight with the off day tomorrow, but you have an off day on Monday too.
Yep.
So you've got, it's a lot of off days. And by the way, it is a month to go in the season. Big baseball. And they're swinging the bat well.
Yep. Can't argue with all of that. Pitch is popped up. It's a foul ball and will be out of play. But so he'll get another 3-2 pitch. But Madden has been like that with the team overall, coming off the road trip late. He's not a guy who's going to make them come out, take BP. We've seen on that last homestand they came off that trip and he said, look, you show up and play.
Yeah, well, and that's why we talk about these things, because you know what, they're out there, they're in the minds of the collective.
Sure.
However, at the end of the day, they do things here.
Swing and a miss. Upton's out on strikes. Well, it's worked out so far. It's the bottom line. We go to the ninth. Rays down by 2.
Question of the evening. The Yankees head to Baltimore's Oriole Park in Camden Yards after the game tonight. They play a 4-game series. What would you like to see happen, Rays fans? TB1, the Yankees sweep. TB2, the Yankees win 3 of 4. TB3, they split the series. TB4, the Orioles sweep. Or TB5, the Orioles win 3 out of 4. Text your votes to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. We will have the results in our Rays Live postgame show presented by Checkers. We will also show you highlights of those Orioles and Blue Jays as the Blue Jays were victorious tonight up in Toronto. We'll hear Joe Madden with his press conference. Barry LeBrock working the clubhouse for interviews, and Dwayne and BA will break down their thoughts on tonight's game. Guys.
All right, Todd, thank you. Wade Davis, the new Rays pitcher. They're 4. He follows Jake McGee. Eric Chavez will pinch hit for Steve Pearce to open the 9th inning. Davis out there, his job to hold the Yankees and give the Rays a shot in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch is high. Moore works 6 1/3, charged with 6 runs, 4 earned. Chris Jimenez now doing the catching. Cut the miss on the fastball. Farnsworth worked 2/3 of an inning. Picked up a strikeout, gave up an intentional walk. McGee 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, and now Wade Davis. Another fastball up and by Chavez. 1-2. And a cut and a miss. He takes care of Chavez there. 96. 1 away here in the 9th. Bring up the second baseman, Jason Nix. Sacrificed in the 2-run 7th inning. Breaking pitch, curveball for a strike. Right back, 0-2. The Rays about hit the Yankees tonight, 9-8. They trailed 6-4. Rays have left 7, New York 4. And the 0-2. He strikes him out. Foul tip strikeout there. That ball moving away. Davis picks up a strikeout of Chavez and Nix here to open the 9th.
Wade Davis coming right out of that bull. 3 sharp pitches we've seen so far. The cutter, the straight 4-seam power fastball, and also that curveball. I tell you, he has really taken to that role coming out of the bullpen.
Well, Derek Jeter will bat. He's been on base 4 times tonight. Reached out a fielder's choice. It's the play on the throwing error that allowed 2 runs to score. There's 2 hits and 2 singles and a double. The pitch is a strike. And Jeter 3 out of 4 on the evening. Back 0-2.
And not wasting any time. I mean, Wade is not out there screwing around. I mean, it's strike 1, strike 2.
In fact, the hitter has to step out on him to try to break that cadence.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Jeter's done here. The 0-2. It's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis ready to go. 1-2 pitch. Jeter fouls that one. Pitch cutting away from him, and Jeter just reaching out, fouled it. Rays in the bottom of the 9th due to have Johnson, Francisco, and Jennings up there. Swing and a miss. Jeter missed the high fastball. So Davis strikes out the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Rays need 2 to keep it going. By 2. This homestand continues Friday when the Rays take on the Texas Rangers with Jeremy Hellickson on the hill. Our coverage begins at 6:30 as Hellickson goes after his 9th win. That's the first of 3 against Texas. They're in Saturday night and Sunday afternoon. But before all that, the Rays have the bottom of the 9th here, trailing 6-4, and they'll be facing the right-hander Rafael Soriano.
Soriano, the former Ray, comes on for the 58th time. 35 out of 38 saves. ERA of 1.98 over a strikeout an inning. Giving up just 2 home runs. And the Rays, down by 2, will have to put something together against Rafael.
Some defensive changes behind Soriano. Swisher comes in to play first base. Nick Swisher at first, moving in from right. Ichiro Suzuki will take over in right field. And Dickerson is in the game in left. Carlos Pena will pinch hit for Elliott Johnson as we get the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th underway. And the first pitch, a cut and a miss, strike 1. Kuroda worked 6, Logan 2/3, Robertson an inning and a third, and now Soriano. The pitch up a little bit. Carlos 0 for 4 lifetime with 3 strikeouts against Soriano. Bounce it back. Fastball. Now it's 1-2. Pena behind in the count of the 1-2. Close as he takes it low. 2 strikes. Soriano 35 out of 38 in save opportunities. Pena pops it to the left side. Rodriguez into foul territory, and he reaches back to make the catch in front of Dickerson. Pena fouls out to Alex Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the only man on that side of the infield.
Not an easy play. He had to go a long way to get it. You could see almost started to overrun it. Had to kind of peel himself back right here. Continue to track it and make the catch over the head.
Ben Francisco, he entered as a pinch hitter in the 7th, hitting for Sam Fold. Stayed on to play left when Jennings moved to center. Pitch is a strike. Lays off, low and away. It's 1-1. Both starting pitchers are the pitchers of record. fly ball. Granderson to his left and in. Makes the catch for out number 2. So the Rays down to their final out. And Desmond Jennings will be trying to work his way aboard to give Ben Zobrist a chance to bat against Soriano. And Zobrist is 3 out of 7 against him. So it would be interesting here if Jennings somehow could reach base. He's 0 for 2 lifetime with a strikeout against Soriano.
And you're just hoping for a chance, an opportunity. Tying onto the plate.
And the pitch is too high. A ball, no strikes. That's a strike at the knees. 1-1. Runs the count to 2-1. The Rays tied the game in the 6th on the Luke Scott home run, but New York scored 2 unearned runs in the 7th, and that's the difference right now. 6-4. And a fly ball to center. Granderson backs up. He's at the track feeling for the wall, and he makes the catch to end this game. A long fly ball to center off the bat of Jennings, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. So the Yankees win the final game of this series. The Rays win the series, taking 2 out of 3. They were looking for the sweep, denied that on the air in the 2 runs in the 7th inning. So it's a 6-4 final. Kuroda the winner. He's 13-10. Moore the loser, 10-9. Save for Soriano is 36th. So with Baltimore losing, New York again up by a game in the East. The Rays are 2.5 back, 1.5 back in the wild card race after taking 2 out of 3 from New York here in this series at Tropicana Field. We promised earlier in the game, Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And a long fly ball to center by Desmond Jennings. But Granderson had about a step and a half before he actually hit the wall out there. Made the catch to win this game in 3 hours and 9 minutes. The New York Yankees have beaten the Rays tonight 6-4. Off day tomorrow. The Rays will regroup and await the arrival of the Texas Rangers here Friday night when Jeremy Hellickson opposes Derek Holland. That game begins at 7:10. Our coverage on Sun Sports in high definition begins at 6:30. Now for Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, this is Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast and not the outcome. New York 6, the Rays 4. Rays live the postgame presented by Checkers is next. We'll see you there.